Hi everyone.
Hello everyone.
Um,
Oh, it seems like a solemn start this time.
God, I know.
Who's died?
Our relationship. I'm joking. I'm really not sure if I'm sitting in a flattering way.
I think it's too late. I think we'll just crack
can't
on.
bother to go and look now.
No.
Yeah, it's fine.
Cool.
Okay, so hi everyone. We're in Manchester today.
We are. We're in, where are we?
We're in the Native Apartments warehouse on Juicy Street.
On Juicy Street.
I think that's how you say it.
This is, and we're not being paid to say this.
I'm not being paid to say this, honey.
This is the stupidly nicest hotel room I've ever been in.
It's definitely the biggest room I've ever seen in a hotel.
Yeah.
And it's the nicest.
Yeah.
It's luxury. That's why we thought, let's do a bloody podcast while we're here.
Yeah,
why not? We're not here to do the pod. We're just doing the pod while we're here.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
We're
on holiday basically for a couple of days.
We're basically on holiday.
But we're working while we're here, which is our usual spiel. We've just had another argument before we started this podcast, which I'm sorry to say again to everyone, but that's just real life. I think it's something to do with the podcast.
Yeah, maybe it's just like the fact that it's hanging over me that we have to do it.
Whenever we know we're going to do a podcast, we just argue before it.
Yeah.
If we were going to go to the pub, I don't think we would have argued.
No, I agree. Well,
But
I mean,
love
what the
doing the
argument boiled down to really this time,
Go
if
on.
I may say my side first,
Here we go.
is
Ding, ding,
just
ding.
that I was going to have a nap before the podcast.
Yeah.
And you were so angry in bed next to me while you were sewing.
Yeah.
That
I woke you up.
Yeah. In the most aggressive, horrible way.
So aggressive and horrible. It's just a bit. He's sprinkling the story, I think.
Well,
I did say sorry for that because I had an outburst of breath and I was like, ugh, because I got the sewing all knotted up and I was really stressed and I didn't know you were asleep. So I wouldn't have screamed if I'd have known you were asleep, but it still didn't make it better. And then it kind of spiraled into the atmosphere's stressful. I've upset you. You still helped me and fix the knot, but then it was just bad energy for a bit, wasn't it?
Yeah. Firstly, I appreciate you saying sorry. Obviously, we're fine. We've already spoken about it.
We had this whole thing backstage, didn't we?
But I would like to say that the sewing or the embroidery stuff for me is so loaded and triggering.
I know.
Because I'm good at it and I like doing it. Mm-hmm. But I don't want to do it for you because you've got too many orders now. But you're not as good as me at it. Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's true.
Oh, okay.
Now, actually looking at the precision of my strokes, I think that I'm getting better.
So the final outcome, actually, I would say on every hat that you've sewn, the final outcome is exactly the same as what I could have done.
Oh, okay.
But your process of getting there
is more jolty.
Is much more jolty.
Okay.
And so that's jarring for me because I don't have to deal with those jolts myself when I do
You're patient and slow with the embroidery.
The actual physicality
of it.
Pulling the thread through. I'm just very careful.
He's like a composer. He's like this.
And you're very erratic and keep tying it in knots.
Yeah.
So anyway, it's just it's frustrating because I don't want to do it, but also by you doing it, I'm having to step in a bit.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. But now all I see is the bad bits of it.
Yeah, because I don't show you when I'm doing a great run of stitches.
Yeah.
You only see the worst part.
It's just you show me it at the end and we're sick, another hat ticked off the list.
It sounds so bratty and childish of me to be it's just not my brain. I should just try harder at being careful with it. But truly, I do think I try so hard to be careful and I still manage to just pull it really tight.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going to happen. Maybe I should stop telling you when I'm in a pickle.
Yeah, but then
You want to help me?
I want to help, yeah.
Yeah.
And also if I caught you, if I looked over and saw that you were in a pickle and I'd be you're making it worse.
Yeah, I know.
So stop.
I always do.
And ask.
And then we have to start again because it's all ruined. Anyway, that's why we were arguing. But like, we are in Manchester, we're doing our podcast, and we're going to go for dinner after this and like have a cute date. So.
Yeah. And I've had such a lovely time already in Manchester.
Same.
I worked yesterday. Turned out to be a really, really short day, which
great.
is gorge. Got back to the hotel at like 4.
I was waiting for you in bed, watching telly.
And then we like had a fun evening.
It was so fun.
It's great.
We've got some amazing questions.
Let's
I think we should dive straight in.
Okay, cool.
Okay, do you want me to read them out?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think you're in charge. You're in control.
I'm an in control woman.
You are the steerer of the ship today.
Wow, thank you. First question.
Hit it.
My girlfriend has recently broken up with me, but really wants me to stay in her life as friends. I've never had an ex as a friend before. I still have feelings for her, but her saying she wants to be friends makes me feel like I've been friend zoned. What should I do? Make it work as friends or move on? P.S. Love the pod, guys. Thank you.
Sweet. Love that. Thanks.
Jinx.
Okay. Can I kick off?
Go for it, baby.
I think, firstly, the ex-girlfriend asking to still be friends is very tough and borderline narcissistic.
Whoa, I don't know if that was necessary.
I'm really throwing that out there.
I really don't know if that was necessary.
Yeah, maybe it was unnecessary, but
just because someone called you a narcissist before.
Yeah.
We could talk about that again if you want. Carry on.
I think the ex is asking an awful lot of you to still be friends. Mm-hmm. That's kind of like they want to throw away the pie, but keep eating it out of the bin and not get sick.
Whoa.
Terrible analogy.
What does friends mean? That's what I want to know.
Yeah.
Because saying you want to be friends could mean we want to be cool, no bad energy. If I see you in the pub, we're friends, hi. Like, oh, yeah, you're going to the barbecue with them. Oh, cool, yeah, I'll come because we're friends. It's all good.
And, may I jump in?
Yeah.
That is probably the best, I would say, the best place you could get with an ex,
but
right? That's how you want it to be.
But then friends could also mean I still want to text you every day. I still want to check
Hold
in
hands
once
and
a
watch
week.
a film.
I still want you to come to my sister's birthday because we're friends. It's like we need a bit more context here to give true advice.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And I completely agree. But
the main I feel like for me, the main thing here is you've still got feelings for them.
Well, yeah, so sorry, that's what I should have got onto already, but I was faffing.
No, go on. You're faffer.
It's one thing for them to ask you to still be friends with them after you've split up, which I would say could be difficult at the best of times if we're talking about they want to do more than smile at each other in the street and be friendly. Yeah. So there's a difference between being friendly
and being friends.
And being like actual friends. But anyway, sorry, going off topic again. I don't know if I agree with what I just said a huge amount, actually. I'm kind of thinking about, in my experience, I would probably class my like the main ex in my life as a friend.
Yeah.
Not just that we're friendly. I would say.
But you have to speak.
Well, we're sort of like
different.
Yeah, I guess
she's an active part of your life, and she's an active friend. Whereas if you didn't have a reason to speak,
that's true.
Would you?
Yeah, so like we share a lot of friends.
Sorry, we should set some context.
Yeah.
And you share a dog.
Share a dog. Share friends.
So like, do you know what I mean?
Like, yeah, we still frequent the same groups. Basically WhatsApp groups.
Yeah.
Basically we're WhatsApp friends.
You're WhatsApp friends, yeah.
But anyway, sorry, I'm still going off topic. My point was going to be, it's one thing them asking to be friends. it's another thing them asking to be friends and you still
having feelings for
have feelings for them.
Yeah.
I think poo-poo to that idea.
Yeah.
Definitely not a good idea. Rip the Band-Aid off while it's hot and steamy, and rather than letting it dry and crust over. That was my analogy.
God, so many
I'm
that's
saying
really
loads of different
gross.
things today.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
Well, yeah, I feel like they're bound, like their story is like still want to be friends. We don't know why they want to be friends. Maybe they're still like hanging on to like can't say goodbye all the way.
Yeah.
Or maybe they truly want you in their life because they care about you and they want to be friends. But I think the main thing here is that's not going to work if you have feelings for them, because you're never going to move through those feelings. So I think you should say, or maybe you don't need to say, but like in your mind, you distance, and one day you can be friends maybe. But right now it's like you've just written it in your message. Like you've got to put you first. And I just think I've tried to be friends with exes when you still have feelings for them, or like you're just never gonna be where you want to be with that. You know what I mean? Like how are you gonna navigate that when you've just broken up? It's like, I just don't think that's healthy.
Trying to maintain that friendship will, without a doubt, get in the way of you learning about yourself and moving forward. You think, Rubes?
Yeah. Sorry, I'm reading the question again.
Yeah, oh yeah. No,
I'm not just on my phone like, yeah. I'm just texting the girls.
I realised that I had nothing to say, so I was
sorry.
please say something.
You said my name and I got scared.
Yeah, no, don't be
also,
scared.
your girlfriend's broken up with you. That's tough. You've not mutually split, so this isn't going to be good for your healing, which you probably don't even want to do because you've been broken up with and you still think that you can be friends. Do you know what I mean? So I think you've got to like put yourself first, and it doesn't have to be this like big deep statement that you say to them. You might even not have to say, because like that might just cause more damage, being like, I can't be friends right now. It might just cause more upset. Maybe just say to yourself that you're gonna really distance, and then if that becomes an issue, then you say when it's needed. Yeah. I don't think you need to like confirm or deny right now if you're going to be friends or not. It's like, for you, being friends could be what we listed at the beginning, being civil and wishing them well and happy birthday on their birthday. It's like, that doesn't mean that you can be like having a coffee every week, because you're not going to move on. And unfortunately you do have to move on if this is what it's turned into, you know?
Yeah. I guess that's like the hardest part, is that if you have to deal with the reality of the situation being like you're not going to get back together, so why would you keep hanging
going
out as friends?
But like I know that feeling when you're like, oh, like I care about them so much, like we're just going to be friends. It kind of tricks your brain into forgetting that they're going to slowly disappear from your life. You know what I mean?
You know, I said borderline narcissistic, which was probably
that was an overstep.
I think I probably overstepped, but we'll keep it in.
Okay.
Do you think it might be toxic? I think that's quite a toxic thing to do. If they know that you still have feelings for them, I think that's.
Do you know what I think it is?
At the very least.
Do you know what I think it is? I think they could be doing it to be kind. You know, when it's like, we'll still be friends. I'm still here for you. When actually ripping off and going, hi, I want to break up with you and you can't speak to me ever again. We both need to get over it. It's way easier for someone to be like, I think I've probably said that before.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, we'll be friends. Like, you're still going to be in my
whole,
life.
Like, letting them down.
I think it's probably toxic in a way of like care.
It's a real pussy move.
They've done it to be caring, but actually it's not, because you're clinging onto it and you've written in. So it's like, I do think you need to be like, okay, I can't do that. You know, because also we don't know that they might have said that to like dip their toe and be like, when actually, no, sorry. Like, if they're going to break up with you, I don't know if right now they should be your friend. You need to heal on your own.
The deed has been done now, I think, and you move forward. And
it's so hard for us to answer this, just to say, because we don't have any context.
There's so many different options that this could. Oh yeah,
you might really need a friend, and you might be going through something, and us being like them saying that they, want to be your friend is mean, and it's like actually maybe they really deeply care about you, but they don't want to be romantically involved with you anymore. Like it's so tough. But I guess the moral of our answer would probably just be whatever's going to be best for you, even if you don't want to hear it. And I don't think being someone's friend when you're in love with them is best for you this year. Sorry, my hair's stuck.
I'm going to carry on.
Yeah, sorry.
You couldn't have put that better, in my opinion. That was exactly what I wanted to. I was going to say what this one really boils down to is like do what's best for you.
Yeah.
But you've like done that perfectly.
I've got another question. Do you think you can be friends with an ex?
Yeah, I think I am.
No, okay. Okay. But like, I'm not talking friends like we just said about you sharing a dog and stuff. I'm talking like active member of the group. Do you? Because a lot of people think you can't.
I think you can, and I know a lot of people who do.
You are?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's just how it goes.
Depends what kind of person your ex is and where you are in your life.
And what kind of person you are.
Yeah.
Like let's not pass the buck too far. It's like totally. Do you think you can deal with that or not? And
God, it's so weird, isn't it? Like you go out with them and then you just like never going to talk to them ever again.
Obviously, like what it really comes down to is like, are you happy on your own? And if or like where you are in your life now, and if you are, makes it very easy to be friends with that person, especially if they're happy doing what they're doing as well.
Depends why you broke up and how they treated you.
Well, that's true.
Because let's be honest, I can't be friends with one of my exes because it was a toxic relationship for me. So I
can't be friends with the girl who called me a narcissist.
She wasn't your ex, sweetheart, was she? She was your ex for one night and one night only. Like, you can't be friends with somebody that you've got that much history and baggage with, I think, sometimes, because it just brings it up.
Or not immediately, anyway.
No. God, it's so tough, isn't it?
Yeah. What I would like to say is, if you want to write in and give us more context. Like,
if you feel like our answer's not helped you because we don't know enough.
Yeah.
For sure, to this person, write in again and we'll go over it again.
Yeah.
Because I feel like we haven't really helped. Like, we're kind of being like, do what's best for you, but it's like, I don't have a clear answer because I don't know what your girlfriend's like, how she's acting now, and why you broke up. You don't need to tell us all the personal details, but
no,
it's really tough for us to like assist.
But if you want to give us more of a specific, you good?
My top
I saw it was twisting.
Round.
Yeah, weird. If you want to give us more specifics, then we can try and give a more specific answer, I think.
The wrong way around the whole time, yeah. Okay. Next.
Yeah, next. You read the question.
Next.
I'll check if we're still filming.
It. Okay. Oh, your shoes just squeaked, sweet man. Do I look slouchy? Have we? Do I look slouched? No, you look cool. Okay. Right. Okay, this one we actually got when we were sitting in where were we? Somewhere, and it flashed up and we were both like, glanced over it. We don't usually read the questions before because I like to have a fresh mind when we're talking about them. Yeah. This one.
But we do get we get an email notification every time one comes in. Yeah. So we're normally like, oh, got another question.
Yeah, and we glance at the words and sometimes. This one, okay. Right. Hello. I recently found out that my ex is back together with his ex before me. And the news really caught me off guard by how it made me feel. For context, my ex was cheated on by his ex, brackets, now current partner. Are we all still following along?
Yeah.
And dumped a lot of his trauma on me when we were together, brackets, which in hindsight I should never had allowed. I'm now in a loving, healthy relationship with the most gorgeous man in the whole wide world.
That's sick.
But can't help but feel jarred by the news. Am I crazy and toxic for even thinking about it? Or understandable to feel angry about how I was treated and let myself be treated? So much to say.
Such an interesting situation. Like, what the hell?
So
you
like,
couldn't make that up,
mate. It's mad. So it's the person. I'm just gonna go over the main bit again, just so we're all clear. My ex is back together with his ex before me, the one before them.
Yeah.
And
but when he was with that person, they cheated on him.
Yeah.
Cool.
And then you helped them through all of the trauma of it.
Yeah.
And now they're back together again.
Yeah.
So you kind of feel, I'm just going to go straight in if that's okay.
Yeah.
You kind of feel like you're cheated of, not cheated is the wrong word, like it's kind of like, oh, like all of that was pointless then.
Yeah.
I've helped you for no reason at all.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't really trust what's going on because why would that have happened now? Like but you're like, I shouldn't care because it's not my life anymore. But actually, I would find that really tough to get my head round.
Yeah. So.
Do you think?
So, I think first things first, that is a jarring situation.
For sure.
And regardless of where you are in your life now.
Yeah. Happy you're in a loving relationship. Yeah.
I'd be jarred by that.
Same.
Because you'd be like, fuck, like...
If that happened to one of us, we're in a loving, healthy relationship.
Yeah.
I'd be like, oh my God, my mind is blown.
Yeah.
What the hell? And I would find it like, I would want to talk about it and be like...
Well, we would talk about it a lot.
Yeah, for sure.
That's the thing.
I know.
It's like, we're quite happy to talk about each other's
We talk about our
past.
exes all the time. Yeah.
So, like, if something come up that you were jarred about, we would totally talk about it like we're friends now, you know.
Oh, for
like
sure,
me,
yeah. I love talking about it.
obviously.
That's what we did on the car ride here.
Yeah, that's
Apart
true.
from me being car sick and boring.
Yeah.
Okay.
Back to, like, my complete first point is like, I think that's totally fine, regardless of where you are in your life, to be annoyed by that. But I would feel like I'd been taken advantage of.
Yeah.
I would feel really let down that I'd been treated in that way, I think. And I think that's just like...
What do you mean by treated in what way?
I'd feel like it's not on to have all that trauma dumped on me, and then for them to just get back with their ex after.
But just going to play devil's advocate here.
Yeah.
I find that bit about the trauma being dumped quite difficult because in hindsight I should never allow... I don't know how bad that was for you to hear. Maybe it was every day and it was just like overwhelming. But I feel like things that I've been through with my ex and like my trauma, I do share with you. So like, I don't know if it was a bad thing that they told you about the cheating, if it affected them, because that's kind of what your partner's for.
Yeah, but then if you'd been really full on about how you were treated in your past relationship to the point where it affected me, which is what it kind of seems like.
Yeah. Do you know what I'm trying to say though, in a way?
But then if you got back with that person, I would be like, fuck you for putting all of that on me and then still getting back with that person.
100%.
Okay, cool.
I'm just saying, like, there's a bit in there that's like...
It's like
it's
dumping
fair
the
for
trauma
them to
isn't
share
the
it.
problem, because like you were together.
But it doesn't sound like it was good for you to have to deal with that during a relationship with them. They maybe should have had a therapist and gone separate. Is that what you were going to say? Sorry.
I was going to say, I imagine calling it a trauma dump makes me imagine that it wasn't done in a very healthy way.
For sure. And thinking about you.
Yes, exactly.
It's like if I actually became too obsessed with talking about my ex to you and it was an issue... Well, that's what I have had there. Like, we both have had therapy, which has taken it out of our relationship and into the hands of somebody else, which should have happened. But therapy is a privilege.
Oh, man. Oh, yeah, that's so true.
We can't just be like, he should have gone to therapy because, So first of all, you're not crazy and toxic for thinking about it. It's totally understandable. But it's about where you put that anger, because it's like they've already disrupted your life by, you know, having to deal with all of that trauma that they've gone through.
Yeah.
And
it's kind of like the biggest fuck you that you can do at this point is to carry on with your life and be happy and let that drift away.
Yeah, for sure.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I wonder why they've got back together. And I wonder, like, not that it's any of your business what people do after you break up. It's kind of like, you know what I mean? But it's like, where do you put that feeling now? Because you're trying to be happy in your life, but you're like, how the hell has this happened?
Yeah.
It's almost like they've robbed your time.
Yeah.
Because when you break up with someone, it's like, oh, you had good times, bad times. Maybe it was wasted time because you're like, wish that didn't happen. But I know how it feels to console someone and to give it so much of your emotions. You almost probably feel like you've wasted so much of your time, which you can't get back.
Yeah, because it's like, if you were going to get back with that person, why did we waste so much time?
Why did we bother doing all
it?
this?
Yeah.
And also it's kind of like, maybe I helped you heal so that you could go back.
Yeah.
And that's really hard to really digest, because it's like, well, that's not why you did that.
Yeah,
you did that to help them.
Yeah, you did that.
And to push them forward.
Exactly. Yeah.
But I'm not saying that people who cheat are, like, the whole thing about, like, this is just a bit of I'm going off on a tangent really quickly. It's like, oh, they cheated, so they're cancelled. Do you remember we always used to say that? Like, people were like I mean, not anymore, but back in the day when we were at school and stuff, it'd be like, oh, he cheated on his girlfriend. And it'd be like, he's then pronounced evil, cancelled, or she. And it's like, actually, people that cheat aren't terrible people. There's always a reason why somebody cheats. Do you know what I mean? But I'm assuming that this was bad, you know?
Yeah.
Because people can change, and I think if somebody's cheated on you, I don't agree with the whole, they'll cheat again, they'll do it again. It's like, no, if they heal and you fix, you know?
Do you think?
Yeah.
Do you really?
Yeah. I don't think people once cheat, always a cheat. I don't. I've never thought that. I think it's about how much they respect you at that time. I don't think that's something that can't be changed. I think it's like a sliding thing. Because
I get you.
It's like, where are you in your life when you cheat? How do you feel about your partner, and why have you done it?
Yeah.
Those three things can change.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's like, you know, constant. I think, you know, obviously after one time it's a bit like, but I do think people can change.
Yeah, that's interesting.
But this isn't very related to the question, because it doesn't really matter why they got back together. It's more about how this person feels about that information.
I almost feel like, sorry, just going back to not this specifically, I feel like you kind of have to break up to allow for that change to happen, though.
Oh, yeah, same.
Okay.
Oh, I don't mean stay together, but I mean, I think you can revisit a relationship that's been unfaithful.
Interesting.
I don't think it's always going to be successful. No, but like, I'm not saying that, you know, it's 100% fine. I think there's definitely some cases, maybe people disagree with this, but I think
I'm sure people disagree.
100%.
Yeah.
I think that things can change and people can change.
Cool. That's really sick. That's a really, really interesting point of view.
Maybe it's naive, and maybe I have too much faith, but I think people also
That's
people
very
are
pick me.
Oh, I know. Maybe I'm so naive. It's like, shut up.
Oh, maybe
I have such good faith in people. Sorry. I just meant, like, I think that people can be very different in different relationships as well.
Got you. Yeah. Oh, I completely agree with that.
You used to be a fuckboy, so.
Oh, that's not true.
Cut that out. Okay, so what do you think she should do? They should do. Like, what are we going to say to this?
Yeah. No, I get it. I get what you're saying. It's a tough one, and I think you are so, I know I've said it a few times, but like so well within your right to feel hurt by this situation. I would say the most important thing to do is to not allow this to ruin your current relationship 100%. If you're in a happy space.
Yeah.
So let's definitely chat to the friends about it, and like not like bring it heavily into your life right now.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? I feel like this is something to
What, to kind of keep to yourself a bit so it doesn't
not keep to
trickle
yourself,
into...
but like...
I think you should talk about it with your partner.
Do you?
I mean, I always think that.
I mean, we would.
I know. But I think I understand what you mean about not making this really big and complicated, but I do think they might make you feel, if you're in a healthy and loving relationship,
well, that's the
they
point,
might be like,
it?
oh, babe, like, fuck that, let's move on. Like, you're all
Yeah.
good. Like, and really, they might help you kind of be like, laugh a bit and be like, what a nightmare. Like, let's go. Like, it might give you some more perspective as to why it's not that important, actually. Even though it is important, your feelings, it's like, let's keep the perspective, and I think your partner might help you find it.
Fair.
But that's just my opinion.
I don't know why I didn't think that. But maybe I don't have a lot of faith in other people's relationships. I think the point, I think the reason I thought that...
it could get messy if that...
I just think, like, I have found a true angel in you, and I could say anything could come out of my mouth, and we would be able to talk about it.
Yeah, we'd get through it.
I would understand why
someone else would find it jarring.
Someone else might find that jarring for you to talk about you being jarred about being cheated on and blah, 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 blah.
That it might set off an argument.
And I don't think that means that the relationship that you're in right now, if it was like that, I don't think that's awful. I think that's
you have to be gentle about it and pick your moment when to bring it up.
Which is why I said maybe this is a better one to chat to the girls about.
I agree with that, because your emotions are quite raw about it right now.
Yeah.
So maybe that might sway you to be a bit intense at home, and then your boyfriend might be like, why do you care so much? Well, he might have had a bad day, and then it's like, so I think I'm going back to it. I do think you're right. Maybe go to like friends and family to like offload, but I think it's really cool to be like, hey, I still love you. Doesn't mean I love them. I'm finding this really weird. Yeah. How would you feel if that was your ex? Like, can we like find a way to get through it?
Yeah. Completely agree.
Because I feel like that's what being a team's all about.
Yeah, I feel
it's not always straightforward.
Yeah.
But I would be very jarred by that.
Yeah.
I don't think you will be for long, though.
No,
I think you really won't be.
I think like if you're in a happy space right now, then just let it be. And that is the best part, is like knowing that you're in a good position in your life, and being able to allow other things that you can't control to
flow in and out.
Happen around you, and you just crack on with doing what you're doing. And if you're with this lovely man, then
don't let it ruin, like take up your energy. It's already taken up enough.
Yeah.
And I also think, just going on from what you're saying, you can't control what people do.
Yeah.
And it doesn't mean that your time was wasted, because you've still given love and care to someone that you loved and cared about at the time. So like, you learnt a lot from dealing with that situation with them. We've just seen it in the message. You just wrote, I shouldn't have let that. Yeah. It's like, you've just learnt, that's a lesson. You've just learnt a lesson from that. So great. Like, now, next time, if you do get trauma dumped, you'll know what to do. And you'll be like, love you, this is how I'm going to handle it, instead of maybe letting it be too much for you. Lesson learnt.
Lesson learnt.
Also, how good that you're not in that relationship anymore.
Yeah, incredible.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Did we have time to do another one, or did we go on too much? I
don't know. What's going on? It's probably like 40 minutes.
I mean, maybe we should split them up then.
38 minutes.
We could just end with a little thing from us.
You got anything to say?
I'm really excited to go out for dinner tonight with you.
Same.
I love being in another city with you.
Me too.
Should we say something that we did?
Go on.
When we were arguing earlier, I knew that there was more than... Sorry, I'm just really diving into this. I knew there was more than one thing that had annoyed Lewis. So we did that game that someone told me to play. I can't remember who it was.
I have no idea.
Oh, fuck. Sorry if it's you that I've forgotten. Where you say something. Oh, maybe I heard it on a podcast. You say the thing that's annoyed you, and then your partner goes, keep going. And then you say something else, and then you go, keep going. And you go on and on and on, and you say all these things like a list, which sounds really toxic, but it's not. And then by the time you've got to the end of the list and your partner says, keep going, and they're not allowed to say anything in response, by the time you've got to the end, you've actually realised the real thing that was annoying. And we did it, and it started off with me upsetting your nap.
Yeah.
The end point was that last night I was a bitch about the curry.
Yeah.
So that was on the tipping. That was in your head, and you didn't even know it until we got to the final one. So we made our way there together.
Yeah.
You know, I was a bitch about the curry last night. So.
Should we talk about the curry situation?
Yeah, I'm going to cough so bad. I already do on this podcast. People already hate me.
Oh no, I don't think that's true.
I just have had a few comments, haven't I?
Yeah, but I mean, they're just haters, aren't they?
True. What was that noise?
It was just, I'm just backing up there.
Yeah, let's talk about the curry. I feel like we can talk about it now.
Yeah?
Yeah. Because we're friends again.
Yeah. And it's an interesting situation, and also I look like the best boyfriend in the entire world, fiance, no offence.
This can be the cut down, no offence.
But, yeah, so what happened was we went out for a few glasses of wine.
Gorgeous time.
Didn't have any idea what we were doing for dinner. Asked the guys that we were drinking with, like literally as we're leaving and they've got an Uber on the way, we were like, what should we do for dinner? And he like gave me a few suggestions, and they all looked like they were closed on Google Maps. We were like, it's okay, we'll walk in that direction. That's obviously where the food is. Then we come across this shop, this takeaway. So basically everywhere was closed. Everywhere that we would have like chosen to go to was shut. We came across the most incredible
It was like
takeaway.
5 different things.
It was pizza.
I mean, people might not think this is incredible because it's obviously not.
It was pizza, kebab, Thai
and Indian.
And Indian.
You could have whatever you wanted, which is mad. It's a mad thing to have as a takeaway.
Yeah.
So we were looking at the board, and I wasn't in the mood for an Indian curry. I wanted something else.
Well, I thought I wanted sloppy noodles.
Yeah.
And then but anyway, for whatever reason, we decided on like vegetable spring rolls and some rice and a curry.
But the main point of that is that I was like, oh, okay. And then I was like, is it going to be spicy? Because I'm a baby.
So you were like, I want a vegetable korma.
Yeah. And then
I said,
no,
the vegetable korma isn't going to be vegan.
Yeah, let's get this.
At home, we get a special
vegan korma.
The curry house, thankfully, our local Curry Mahal in Hove,
shout out.
does every dish you can ask for it vegan.
It's gorgeous.
Which is just incredible. So they make everything with coconut milk. But firstly...
This sounds so boring, this argument.
Yeah, I know. Well, yeah, sorry, I'm giving a big backstory, but we'll get there. Firstly, there was no korma on the board. Secondly, I knew they wouldn't make a vegan korma. It's going to have milky cream in it.
So we went with your option.
So we had a vegetable balti.
Yeah,
which is normally what I
And it's quite embarrassing that that's too spicy for me. I'm going to say that now.
Well, no, I think it was a spicy one, to be fair.
It was a spicy one. Thank you.
Spicy one, you are.
I just backed out of that. I did half of it and backed out. I just went...
You went, spicy one, thank you.
Did I say thank you? Did I? Why did I say that? Anyway, let's get to the punchline.
The first punchline is the poppadoms were the best poppadoms I've ever tasted in my entire life.
It was an amazing curry, in terms of all of the elements to it.
Yeah, but anyway, we got all the way back here. It was a long walk. We've been walking for half an hour. Half of it we've had our food.
We were pissed.
We got back here, dished up, and
got into bed because we were going to eat the curry in bed.
And Ruby was like,
"Can't eat it.
It's too spicy. I can't eat it."
Which was a shame because that obviously the curry bit is the best bit. So I had salad, chips and rice, but it was just not really hitting. And I was just like, oh, I wish I went with my gut, and I wish I didn't say, we'll do what you want to do. I wish I'd got my own thing.
But there was no korma on the board, so I was already...
Well, I was going to get another cuisine. I was just going to go with like a kebab.
Oh, right, okay.
I was totally not fussed about the Indian situation.
Got you.
Indian curry. So...
Anyway, so wait, why does it feel so jarring for me.
Because I was being a bitch.
I think you were
about
a bitch.
It. I like
weren't
stormed
you?
off and got into bed and I was silent and I was like, whatever.
Yeah.
Which is not, I mean, I was a few glasses of wine deep, not that that's an excuse, but I wasn't being forgiving and it was going to be a bad atmosphere.
Not that it was even my fault. I didn't need to get forgived for it.
Well, you did push for the curry.
But
it's not your fault.
Yeah.
But it was like one of those things where I was like, oh, this
You're
is
like,
shit.
oh, if this was down to me, I wouldn't have picked this and I would be having something that I could enjoy right now.
For sure.
But anyway, you were really bratty and horrible.
Yeah.
And I, bearing in mind we're in a hotel room, I can't cook anything.
Yeah. I didn't think you were going to fix it as well. I thought we were just going to get into bed, I was going to eat some salad and go to sleep.
I picked out the vegetables from the balti, washed them in a bowl. So I literally was running warm water over them, washed all the curry off them.
Before he's even had one bite of his food.
I haven't eaten yet. And then mixed it with rice, and you had some mint sauce and oat milk, and made you a creamy vegetable biryani.
And he came in with this, he was like in here, like making noises, and I thought you were eating at the table. I was like, cool, we're just not going to eat together, like whatever. So I was getting more and more annoyed.
Yeah.
He came in with this little bowl of vegetables and he was like, try that. And I was like, have you just gone out and like got me a, like what? Tried it. Perfect. Delicious. It tasted just like what I wanted. Just like plain.
Plain, like,
it was perfect.
Creamy curry.
And I was like, you have just washed these vegetables with water and made me a curry that I can eat.
It sounds quite gross, actually. Like
it was nice.
Washed, cooked vegetables. We were drunk.
I was really pissed.
Yeah.
Maybe it was horrible. But like that, I was like, wow, I'm such a brat and you are the sweetest, kindest man.
So
thank you.
But like at that point, I think the reason why I was still feeling something about it today was because at that point, I did, like all I really cared about was like, just get her the curry so that I can get into bed and watch Ozark.
Yeah.
And because I just want to eat, I just want to eat my dinner before it gets cold. You know? So but then like, today, obviously, I've
still hanging over you
a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, I hadn't thought about it, but obviously it was still there.
Because it was in the list of things.
That was what we got to in the list, yeah.
But like I have had a guilty tummy all day about knowing I was a bit of a brat last night.
Fair.
So I have been carrying it around too, if that makes you feel any better.
Oh, well, it doesn't. I don't want you to.
The moral of the story is get you a man that washes vegetables with water and makes you a curry with no stove. Do you know what I mean?
Or be
assertive and pick what you want.
Be assertive and say, actually, I just want a kebab.
That's what I'm going to do tonight.
Get me to the kebab house, baby.
So that was our argument.
Yeah.
It's all fine, isn't it? It's not that deep.
Oh, mate, it's so fine. And it's like...
We could be arguing about way worse stuff.
I'm beaming about it, actually.
I know, you're amazing.
This could
really
be the cut
down.
Right now.
If you want.
Do you feel happy?
Yeah, I love you.
Yeah, Carl, I love you too, yeah.
Carl.
I said cool.
He's like, cool, bro.
Oh, Carl, man.
I'm excited to go out tonight and drink some wine.
Yeah, me too.
And suck on your vape.
Who were, governor?
Oh, God.
Who's she when she's home? What is it?
Oh, do you know what else has happened? Can I show everyone?
What?
How I walk.
Oh, my God. This is so fucking jarring. This is giving me the ick right now. Like, this is me getting the ick. You wandering around like that. Just stop walking. Seriously, you should have taken ibuprofen and paracetamol by now. About 10 minutes ago. It's been like this all day. I had to walk around Manchester with you like that.
If you're listening to this, and you wouldn't have seen, but I was just hobbling around the room because I have dehydration. And I have something wrong with my leg. I've got a dehydration cramp.
Dehydration cramp, which I've never ever heard of.
Google it. I've had it at a festival before. It is so painful.
It's like, how is that my fault? You've been...
I woke up in the middle of the night and I was like, ah.
You were at home.
I can't walk.
You were here on your own all day yesterday. What, you couldn't have been sipping water all day?
It was obviously before that. It was probably from the wine, you fuck up.
No, yesterday. If you know you can drink wine in the evening, drink
whatever.
water all day.
I know.
It's just like...
I know, but like, it's so funny that's happened to me.
I was out making breads, and you're here making cramp in your legs. Do you know what I mean?
So we have to cut this now because we're arguing. I can't believe that's when we were saying in the podcast, I forgot about my leg. Lewis is giving me no attention for it.
I can't.
When we were doing the list of things, it was one of my things was that you wince every time I walk, and it's really embarrassing.
Yeah, it's because it's cringing me out.
Whatever. Okay, bye everyone.
Should we just clarify that? Are you happy?
I love you. Yeah, I love you so much.
Sick, I love you too.
God, that was terrible.
Thanks.
You want to marry me?
Sure.
Cool. Sean, love you.
Bye.
Bye.